we're going to fight the power. Well, the power companies anyway. We're going to knock out the brownout and find out how much you could shrink your power bill by as well. He's got that hat on again. It's sunny. It's actually warm. I've been looking at our future, and one thing keeps me up at night: the electric bill. We're planning for a retirement designed on a life with a small fixed income. When I see the headlines about electricity rates going up and up and up, my stomach just drops. How can we guarantee our financial security when a basic necessity is so unpredictable? We don't want to spend our golden years sweating through another brownout, listening to a neighbour's generator hum while our own fans die. We're tired of the idea of being powerless, both literally and figuratively. So we're going to do something about it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we plan to reclaim our power and wipe our future electricity bill down to zero. Now, this isn't a system we've built yet, clearly, I'm still in England, but this is the plan, our ideal off-grid solar system. I'm giving you the full breakdown, every component we plan to use, the total projected cost down to the peso, and the math on how quickly it should pay for itself. Now stick around, because this is the guide you're going to need when you begin your own journey. Most people have just rolled with it in the Philippines. Insane electricity costs and constant power outages are just normal, right? You budget for a crazy bill, you stock up on emergency lights, but as we design our forever home, the one that we're going to retire in, just rolling with it isn't a viable strategy. Our breaking point isn't a single event that happened, it's this storm we see on the horizon of our retirement. A future where a typhoon could knock out power for weeks isn't just an inconvenience, it's a genuine threat to our well-being, especially as we get older. And that's when feeling frustrated turns into feeling determined. This isn't just about being uncomfortable, it's about the risk of spoiled food, not being able to work from home, and feeling totally at the mercy of a system that is clearly already under strain. And seeing headlines that our electricity rates, already some of the highest in Southeast Asia, are projected to climb even higher and higher and higher, it's just a final straw. We know we can't build a future for ourselves on that kind of instability. And with a fixed cost and increased costs every single year, something's got to give. And we decided that instead of renting our power from a utility company for the rest of our lives, we're going to own it. That single decision is kicking off an incredible journey to go completely off-grid before the first wall of our house even goes up. It's planned in. So, we've decided to go solar. Now what? The internet is a fire hose of technical terms. Kilowatts, inverters, depth of discharge, sine waves. It's a lot. We knew pretty quickly we couldn't do this alone. The single most important first step we'll take is finding a certified, reputable installer. Seriously, don't skip this. You might feel capable of installing your system yourself, but being like a cat on top of a hot tin roof isn't something I fancy copying myself. Sweat dripping into my eyes is something I left behind a long time ago, and being burned to a cinder by the Philippine sun when the alternative is to sip on an ice cold beer while someone else does it. Now you're talking my language. You need a pro who can analyse your future home's blueprints, check for potential shade from trees and the like, and design a system that's actually built for your home, not some cookie cutter package, and let him do the sweating, right? And our research has taught us that an off-grid system has three main parts: the panels, the inverter, and the batteries. Get the balance between those three right, you got to kill a system. But first we have to do some homework on ourselves. You have to figure out just how much power you actually use. Maybe you can begin by digging up your old bills and making a list of every little thing you plug in, from the aircon units down to your phone chargers, to calculate your average daily energy use. We don't have the luxury of a history of electricity bills in the Philippines, but we learned that a typical Filipino family might use between 10 and 20 kilowatt hours a day, so we assume that we will be squarely in that range. That number will become the blueprint for everything else. Right, so let's get on to the good stuff, the hardware that will power our future home. Always a fan of a good gadget. First up, the solar panels. We're planning for a 5.6 kilowatt array on our roof, which is made up of 13 450 watt panels. These will be the workhorses that soak up the 4.5 to 5.5 hours of solid sunlight we would expect to get in the Philippines on a daily basis and turning into DC power. Now they take up a good deal of space, so it's 26 square meters or so. So we're making sure that we've got the roof real estate in our design, which yeah, we have. And this is non-negotiable in the Philippines. We have to get typhoon resistant mounting racks fitted to the roof and sealed properly. Remember, our roof is flat, so we're going to need to have them up on stands so that they're facing the sun to get the ideal amount. But also in a country that gets battered by storms, you can't afford to cheap out on that. They've got to be done right. Next we have the brains of the whole operation in the tech room, which is a planned 6 kilowatt off-grid inverter. Its job will be to take the DC power from the panels and convert it into AC power that our appliances run on. It's also the traffic cot, which directs power to the house when we need it, or send it to the batteries for later if we don't. You want an inverter that can handle your peak load. That's what happens when the TV, the fridge, 2 air cons are all running at once. And that brings us to the heart of it, the batteries. This is what gives you true energy independence. We are budgeting for a 50 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery bank. This will store all the extra energy we need during the day, so we can use it at night, on cloudy days, or more importantly, when the whole barangay goes dark. We'll size our bank to give us about 2 days, 3 days full of power with normal usage. It's a huge chunk of the projected cost, but without that storage, you're not really off-grid. You're just grid supported. With this setup, the grid can be down for days, and we probably wouldn't even notice. So, we've covered the why and the what. Now for the part you've been waiting for. How much does this setup cost? And what's the payback? If you're finding this useful, do me a solid and hit the like button. And subscribe if you haven't already. It tells YouTube that you like, something's crawling on my neck, probably. You like this kind of content and encourages us to make more. So let's talk about money in a different way. Moment of truth. Let's break down the projected cost for our 5.6 kilowatt off-grid system. Keep in mind prices are always changing, but this is what our research and initial quotes are telling us. The solar panels will run us about 220,000 pesos. The biggest ticket item by far will be the battery bank, which is projected to come in at 320,000 pesos, the inverter about 110,000, and finally the typhoon-proof mounting, the wiring, the safety gear, and all the professional labour is estimated at around about 100,000 pesos. So the grand total to become completely energy independent, looking to be around about 750,000 pesos. Do your own conversions into your own currency. Now I know that's a big number, it's a huge upfront cost, and it's not going to be possible for everybody. But let's flip that number round and look at the return. Our average electricity bill would be around about 12,000 pesos a month, 144,000 pesos a year. They'd be just vanishing from our bank account, no return. With this system, our bill will be zero, and that 144,000 pesos will become our annual payback on the cost. So for a simple return on investment, you take the total cost divided by the annual savings. That's 750,000 divided by 144,000 a year. A payback period, 5 years. After year 5, every watt of power we generate for the next 25 to 30 years, the lifespan of the panels will be completely, totally free. But the real ROI isn't just financial, it's knowing that we can run the aircon on a blistering hot day without that voice in the back of our heads nagging about the bill increasing. It's the peace of mind knowing that when the next typhoon hits, our lights will stay on. You can't put a price on that. So, is it worth it? After all this research, all this planning, and all this looking at that massive price tag, will it be worth it? 100%. Our journey to a net zero electric bill won't be fast, won't be cheap, but we believe it will be one of the smartest decisions we'll ever make. we are choosing to swap the future stress of rising costs and unreliable service for the calm that will come with energy independence. We're taking back control. We will own our own power station, and that feeling is amazing. Our system is being designed for our family. It will be tough enough for our climate, and it's going to give us free, clean energy for decades to come. Thanks for coming along on our planning story. If you're thinking about going solar and have questions, drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to share what we've learned so far, so be sure to subscribe to follow the journey. I'll make sure an installation video is made. I'll make sure a 1-year review video is made. You're not going to want to miss those. So I'll see you in the next one, I hope. Thank you. Love the hat, don't you? Bye-bye.